Okay, everybody, we are on part 2 now of the Jeep rebuild, and what I'm working on now is I'm rebuilding the brakes. So I got the drums off over here on the back. I got a can of high heat 2000 degree Fahrenheit paint, and that's what I'm going to do because the brakes are absolutely perfect. They're all rebuilt, done. Don't have to do anything to it. Just got to get some paint on here. Rebuilding, 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 rebuilding. Okay, those are rebuilt. Now I just got to go hunt down my air compressor so I can blow out in there, clean all that up, put the drums back on. Brakes. I got to get tires though. So let me go find where I got my air compressor stashed. I don't know where I put it. Good morning, everybody. It's been a few days since I've been working on the car. Got a lot of other stuff kind of going on all at one time. I'm repainting my house and all that kind of stuff, and doing a bunch of landscaping and just cleaning up this whole place here. It's kind of gotten out of hand. It's getting kind of messy, so I'm just kind of been working on my own stuff. I got well, I got a lot of progress done on the Jeep here. As you can see, I'm sitting in here underneath the tailgate, and I don't have a big stick sticking up here. So I got a set of new struts for this thing. I found them on Amazon, 27 bucks, pretty good deal, and they work perfect. They were a little bit tricky trying to get them on by myself. I think kind of if you're gonna change these, that tailgate's heavy. You might want to have a friend or something help you so you can kind of hold it while you're getting them on. I almost lost it putting the one on. Boy, it was all I could do. Once these things are taken out of the package, you can't move those, you know, to adjust them. You got to get the tailgate set. And oh man, I struggled till I was, you know, on my tiptoes holding it. I barely got that one on. And once I got that on, the second one was okay. But it works great. Perfect. I got all the interior trim that had been taken off. They took the headliner out of this car. It was probably all rotten and stuff. So they took everything out. It's all clean. There's no rust or crud or anything up on the roof. It's really nice. The trim's all nice. So I put all that back in until I can find a headliner. On the last video, I kind of put out a little comment there. If anybody knew where you could buy the fiber board part of the headliner, I can find the cloth all over the place, but I can't find the fiber board that the cloth glues to. So if anybody knows where to get those, for a Cherokee, let me know, because I don't really need it. This, like I said, the roof of the interior here looks fine. I got all the trim done. The interior's all clean, all nice, all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do today now is I got some new tires. So I got the tires, and yesterday I spent the day in town. I got the tires all mounted, got some stuff. I had to order some parts for the engine. Nobody in town carries, I had to get upper and lower radiator hoses, and excuse me, just had breakfast. A heater control valve for this. Nobody even has them listed. I mean, they go, nope, not even in their computers and stuff. And I would have thought that you could buy just about anything for these Jeeps. They've made millions of these Jeeps, I think. I don't know why, not even Napa. Napa doesn't even have the heater control valve in their system. But I did find one this morning on carparts.com, so I got that ordered. That'll be here, I believe, Monday, they said. The radiator hoses won't be here until the 9th of July, if you can believe that. Special order for the radiator hoses. So I ordered those in town yesterday, and then when I was looking on Car Parts this morning, I could have got them from Car Parts on my same order. They would have been here Monday. I already had to pay for the special order at the parts store. So I was going to call them up and cancel it, but then I'd have to go back into town and get my money back, and just, I just thought, screw it. I'll just wait. So today what we're going to do is we're going to mount all the new tires. I'm going to grease the front end. I was been crawling around under there, noticed there's really not much to grease. Looks like only 2 fittings on each side. So I'm going to get that taken care of. I think I might as well probably drop the oil and the filter, get that out of there. In town yesterday, forgot to get oil, so I don't have oil or filter, but I'll just pick that up when, I can change the oil now. I'm going to drain the radiator. Just get all ready for when the parts come. I can just stick everything back on. And then I'll be able to, fire this thing back up and kind of start digging with it and, see what else it needs. I'll put I got to crawl under and put the drive shaft back on, that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and I'll get you pointed over here, and I'm going to start I'll put the back tires on first and move to the front, grease the front end, then put the front tires on. Just keep poking along. I might, once I get all that done today, I think I'm going to go ahead and wash it. Just kind of curious, because what I did is I watch the YouTube channel WD Detailing. I think them guys are kind of corny, but I kind of like looking at the cars they clean up. So that's why I watch it. But they always brag about all their stuff. So I bought some. I wanted to see how it worked. So I got interior cleaner. I got glass cleaner, because they brag that they have the best glass cleaner on the market. And I've been using Sprayway or vinegar. And the Sprayway leaves streaks. You have to really rub it out and go back a couple times and do that. And I thought, well, I'll try this. And then I got some of their cherry suds soap that I'm going to try today when I wash this. That's all the reason I'm washing it now, is I want to try out their stuff. But as for their glass cleaner, to be perfectly honest with you, it's not any better than sprayway stuff or vinegar. This leaves streaks, and you got to go back and rub it out a couple more times until you get it, clear. So for the money you pay for one of these things, in all honesty, I don't really recommend it. You just go buy sprayway, make your own stuff. The interior cleaner works good, but when I was getting some stuff to clean this car, here, I'll get that and I'll show you that. I got this. It's called Formula 88. It's cleaner and degreaser. I got this at Home Depot for $9.98 for a gallon. This stuff works really good. I put it in my pressure washer and cleaned stuff in it. I really liked it. And then I mixed up a batch of this diluted 50-50 with water and put it in the spray gun. And I was cleaning some of the interior parts with it before I got this stuff. And it works just as good as this. This works exactly like this. If you leave this on a little bit too long, like when you spray it on, you need to wipe it, clean it with a brush and then wipe it off and get it rinsed off right away. Otherwise, it will dry right away, and then it leaves a film. Then you got to go back and wet it down again and wipe it back off. This is exactly the same thing. If you spray this on and you spray it on too much at one time, by the time you get to that part, it's dry and you got to spray some more on to loosen it back up and wipe it down. It works great, not a problem. But this, like I was saying, for the price you pay for this stuff, you can get a whole gallon for $10. These 3 products cost me $57 plus shipping. So it was 60-some bucks to get these 3 products. This was $10. So anyways, just saying, everybody's got their own preference. But as for me, I won't buy this stuff again. And then also kind of pissed me off when I ordered this. They're bragging up on their channel, and I see ads popping up on Facebook. Order our products, order our products. Everybody that orders our products right now for a limited time, there's going to get cash in their box when they order it. Anywhere from $1 to $100, and some lucky winner's going to get $1,000, and plus you get 20 times entry into their Corvette they're giving away. Kind of one of the reasons I went ahead and ordered some was to get the 2,000 and some entries in for the Corvette. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win it, but holy Christ, would that be fun, huh? But, so I get the box, and I figured, maybe there's going to be $1 in there. I wasn't expecting, that with my luck, there would be $100 bill in there. Well, guess what? There wasn't anything in it. They didn't put any money in it. And I was like, like I said, even just, $1. If they would have put the $1 in, then I would have said, well, they said $1, but they didn't put anything in it. So, I don't know. I'll keep watching their videos because, like I said, I like the cars and I like the stuff they clean up, and they do get them cleaned up and stuff, but I'm not going to buy into their stuff anymore. You can just make your own or get, this, and anyway. So, anyways, I'm going to reposition the camera now, get down here so you can see me struggle with these big-ass tires I'm putting on here, and then we'll just kind of keep working our way around. So let's get cracking on that. is it? Man, these are some beast tires. I greased up all these lug nuts a little bit ago when I was trying to get this thing out of the guy's field. I had to put a roller on one of the tires and do some. And then when I got this thing home, trying to get these old tires off, my God, I thought I was going to die. They would not come off even with this. I had to go get a bar, a big breaker bar, and put on it to get them off. What's going on? I'm gonna have to put that one back out with the wrench. That thing's kind of, looks like it's boogered up a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe I gotta set it a little tighter. I don't know how you do that. I don't think I can. I thought I could adjust that. I guess not. Well, let's go to the front. Ow. How come when I did the back one there, fellas, you didn't tell me that I forgot to put the brake drum on? I guess we've got to go back and do that. I went through the brakes on this, all brand new brakes. Not really. I just cleaned them all up. All right, let's go back and take care of that back one right away. I guess maybe the battery's freaking dead or going dead or something. I don't know. Maybe the thing's just, tools wore out already. I gotta go find my other battery. Alright, this is what I meant by rebuilding the brakes. I just cleaned up the brake drums is all. Repainted them. No point, the brakes are like new on here. I mean, the front pads are probably 3/8 of an inch thick. The same thing with the back shoes. They look like somebody had done a brake job not too long before they parked this thing, and you know, why spend a bunch of money for something that doesn't need to be, you know, spent? All right, get up there. Oh, that went on pretty easy that time. These are pretty nice wheels that came with this. I like them. They had a little bit surface rust and some pitting on them. They're not, I mean, they're not perfect, but I wire wheeled them all here yesterday the day before I took them into town, and you know, they look good. All right. Go over and do the other side. All right, I got all the tires on. You can kind of see what they look like. They're pretty nice. They're gonna look good on here. I really like them. So I got the front end greased while I was doing that. They apparently there's only one grease fitting on the upper ball joint. I couldn't find anything else. But these are nice looking wheels for this. I don't want to go too fancy because this is going to be an off-road vehicle. I'm not going to be, you know, screwing around with it. As for the inside, like I said, it's done, clean. I put all that, you see all that trim along the top of the windows? That's the stuff where that cardboard headliner and stuff goes. And I got the sun visors on. Everything's all good in here. I don't really have much to do until I get those motor parts, cooling parts. I'm gonna eventually, I'll paint that back piece of bumper there, get that thing off and scrape that thing off the window, paint that. I got to put the grill on. I got to find some screws. I can't believe that the grill was in the back of the car. Look at that, and it's not even broke. That's pretty cool. I like it. Well, okay guys, I think that's it for today's video. I don't really have that much else to show you. You know, I'm just waiting for stuff. This is the heater control valve that you know, you can see this piece here is broke off. When I get that and a radiator hose, you can see it vented itself on the way home the other day. And I'm going to change a bottom one just because. I'm sure it's as rotten as that one. Tires are nice. Get this grill. Gotta go see if I can find some screws so I can get this on. And that's really gonna make the Jeep So anyways, with that, be sure you like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Let me know if you Jeep guys know of a specific shop or company that just caters to Jeeps, you know, where I can just, you know, look them up and pretty much find anything I need for the Jeep. I don't, you know, apparently the parts stores in town here don't have anything for it, so I got to go online, and if I found one certain spot where I could just order whatever I wanted, that'd be pretty cool. So if anybody knows one, go ahead and leave that down in the comments, and I will just see you probably in a week when I get all the parts in, and we'll jump on the engine, flush the cooling system, put new oil in it, hook all that stuff, fire this thing up again. It does run and drive, so, and then get it out and see what it does with the new tires. And I got to bleed the brakes and, you know, do some stuff. But anyways, with that, we will just see you next week. Thanks for watching, fellas.